are listening to the Nasty
What up,
Backpack
everybody? It's your boy Nasty
Podcast.
Backpack. Y'all listen to the Nasty Backpack Podcast. Today we got a special guest in the
Yeah, yeah,
building.
yeah, right.
We got a special guest in the building. Let me tell you about this guest. Let me tell you how I met this guest.
Okay, here we go.
It's on. You already know it. So today we got Car Wash Kenny in the house. And I met Car Wash Kenny at a local grocery store outside. And I approached Car Wash Kenny when I was doing some outreach out there. And you know what? Let's let Car Wash Kenny tell it.
Um, well, I was panhandling in the parking lot of the Food City, and I made enough money to where I could, you know, be in a drunk and get my beer for the night, and then had enough money where I could go to the big wall and um, get some egg rolls, which I've been living on for like 2 months. And this dude just walked up to me and handed me some paperwork, and we made a video, and he told me he's going to be on YouTube, and I was like, well, okay. Um,
Car Wash Kenny, what was your first impression of me when I walked up with that paper?
um, Come on, man, you know better than that. I was like, okay, whatever. I've heard all that crap before, and it's just like, okay, sure, all right. So,
Yeah,
but it's worked out to, I guess, to where we're at now. You know what I mean?
I hear you. And for the note,
hmm
Car Wash Kenny, you're currently homeless, correct?
Um, well, I think after 32 years of living on the street and seeing a whole lot of things, I'm kind of institutionalized to the street. It's like you send a man to prison for 30 years, and okay, great, he gets paroled. He comes out, and they drop him off in the same place where he committed his crime, and he can't handle it. He's used to being in prison. So what's he do? He goes and commits another crime that's going to send him back to prison because that's where he's comfortable being. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm
Okay.
32 years. I'm 32 years on the street. I've traveled on a bicycle. Um, uh, I've driven a truck. I did 5 years of professional sound and lighting. So I kind of laugh at these homeless people with their shopping carts and stuff. And it's kind of like, okay, I'm one of you, but in my mind, I know where I've been and I know what I've done, and I have accomplished some things. Um, uh, I know how to maintain myself. Um, I know how to keep my equipment running. I know how to get something to eat. Um, I know how to survive. I guess that's what it is. I'm an urban survivalist, an urban outdoorsman. I guess you could say.
That's awesome. I mean, it's awesome that you have it figured out in a sense that you know you, you seemed a lot more stable than most of the folks that I approach like that.
Okay.
Um, what what caused you to become homeless or become an
Oh,
urban survivor?
well, that goes back to childhood. Um, Mom was a drunk, and sister was, well, not a very nice person. But my mom and my sister would get in cahoots with my dad, who is Venezuelan, and he was kind of a strict fella. Um, I used to get woken up with 5-gallon buckets of water because I hit the snooze button just to get an extra 15 minutes of sleep. Um, and it just got to the point where I would piss my dad off. But I always get that 2-inch leather belt, man. Shoo, but I didn't care, man. So I got to a point where I just didn't care. And at 15, I said, I'm splitting, man. I'm out here. I hated my mother. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but you live with my drunk ass mom. um, it was just childhood was not very cool. I played football and um, uh, shit, I lost my word. Um, it was football was an advantage for me to hit somebody and just crack the shit out of them and not go to jail for assault. so,
Right.
so football was cool for me, man. I liked it, but um, I had to leave home. I couldn't take it no more. So, in the winter of 1989, shit, it was a lot of snow on the ground, and um, I just packed my bag and stuck my thumb out and started walking. And 32 years later, here I am.
And for the record, where are you originally from?
I was born in Manhattan, New York.
Okay, and that's why you left the big city.
No, man. I was in a I was born in New York and got put in a foster home in Denville, New Jersey. And that was miserable. And uh, yeah, who my dad was is a really long friggin' story. I don't think we got time for that, but let's put it this way. Long story short, I got adopted by the guy who was actually my dad. My
Okay.
mom, my mom was a hypersexual, bipolar alcoholic, and I was kind of a mistake. It was kind of like, uh-oh. So my parents played the game and being as, uh, damn it, where's my wife? Um, being as, the Catholic side of the man who called himself my dad, um, I got run through that game, man. So it's just kind of like, okay. Um,
Yeah.
and then, you know, and I had to sign adoption papers. I signed adoption papers for my own dad to adopt me. Ain't that fucked up?
Oh wow. It was
I
he
mean,
not on your original birth certificate or?
yes, he is on my original birth certificate, but as a child, I was told that he wasn't my dad.
Oh, okay.
I was born at Doctor's Hospital, which is not Doctor's Hospital anymore. I was born at Doctor's Hospital on 95th Street, downtown Manhattan. And
Okay.
my and the guy that adopted me, his name is on my birth certificate. So technically, he was my original dad. But he adopted me. What the fuck is with that?
I
Come
hear
on now.
you. Do you feel like the do you feel like having a broken home is what causes a lot of people to end up on the street?
Mm. I'd have to say it depends on what their situation is, because I mean, you hear stories about people had a job and uh, because of the whatever situation, whether it be the government or corporations, whatever, they got fired. Now they're on the street. So there's a lot of different situations why people are on the street. I've met a lot of veterans that you know fought in wars that thinking they were defending their country, and basically it was their government invading another country. I mean, I wanted to join the military, but it was to defend my shores, not to go invade somebody else's for natural resources so that politicians could make a shit ton of money and then leave us out in the cold. And that's kind of basically what happened. If you look at the history of it and study it, that's what happened.
Okay.
Our government sent us to war in a foreign country because they had natural resources and we wanted them. So go fight and die. Oh God, man, come on. That's not fair to the kids that um, you know, thought they were fighting for their country, and actually they were fighting for um, politicians and people in government so that they could make a profit. And it sucks that even with the mental health care system, man, that this life is about profit over people. People are expendable, you know. They'll leave you like a stray dog in a ditch when they ain't got no use for you no more. Well, we don't need you anymore. leave you in
Yeah.
a ditch and hope somebody finds you, you know. Other than that, you better be damn resilient and have a brain in your head and you know, be able to survive. And, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of the way I look at it. A lot of people probably might not see it that way, but from my windowsill, that's the way I see it, man. We're just use me for what you need me for, and then there's a ditch. Have a nice day.